Hi everybody, welcome to your homeowner's guide tutorial. Today, I'm going to walk you through a tool that is going to give you so much peace of mind. And I'm telling you, you can use this for any home that you ever have in your life. So if you own a home, if your parents own a home, also, if you were to create this for them, I'm telling you, they would be like, wow, my kid is amazing. This tool is going to help you organize everything that you need to know about your home. Let's review our agenda for today. So first, we are going to go over that homeowner's guide. And in here, we're going to capture all of your details for your real estate property regarding software applications and technology, any hardware and appliances, the cleaning and maintenance schedules. We're going to log all of that detail in here. And then we have a bunch of very important details that do not necessarily go under one clean category. So they go under the miscellaneous category. And then you have the ability to add any custom information that you would like to capture for your property. After we finish the homeowner's guide, then we're also briefly going to review the home guest guide. And this is a fun little kind of extra bonus for any guests that come to stay at your house. This guide will capture the information that they need to know upon their arrival, any amenities that you would like them to have the opportunity to use, the local authorities for your real estate property, just in the case of an emergency, any home guidelines that you'd like to relay to them. So this could be both home policies, like your property policies, or any resources that you'd want them to be able to readily be able to go get for themselves. You can list that under this section. And then we're going to talk about your expectations upon their departures. So that might be like stripping the beds, taking out the trash, grabbing food at the fridge, all of those fun things. And finally, there's a custom section also for your specific property. If there's any information for your guests that you'd like them to know about the features of your property, the functions of your property, the amenities, etc., you can add all of those wonderful, colorful details here. And it makes home ownership, communication, and maintenance so much easier and better. I'm telling you, once you get it out of your head and onto paper, you can have the peace of mind to know everything is where I need it. It's there to reference as I need it, and I don't have to store it in my head or like deep in my emails anymore. So let's jump in. This guide is broken into sections that you can fill in the details for your home as you go. Let's walk through it. On this first page, go ahead and give your home a name. If it's just your family name, home, that's fine. Or if you have a fun home name, go ahead and add that in there. And then you have your table of contents. All of the items of your home are categorized and broken up into 5 different sections. First, you have your software, applications, and technology. This is where you log all of your digital and smart home details. So it's like your Wi-Fi, your printers, your security systems, thermostats, sound systems, portable speakers, cameras, and so much more. What you want to do is go step by step and add the contact information, any of the company details, any of the maintenance details, and any instructions on how to use these particular items in your home. Why this document is so long is because every single item has its own page so that you can makeshift this and customize it as you see fit. So for example, if you have a thermostat in which you want to take pictures of the thermostat on the instructions of how to change the temperature on the thermostat, which it just might not be as simple as like clicking the up arrow or the down arrow. I know that we have a thermostat that it's not that simple. So we have step-by-step instructions, both on this homeowner's guide and the guest guide, to show them how to change the thermostat, because it's very easy to select the wrong settings on there and then the thermostat goes super out of whack. So if you need to do that for your own software and technology inside your home, this is your opportunity to do that for every single one of these different items in regards to your home software and technology. You'll see the same flow and opportunity to log these critical details for each individual item, but they all have been customized. So don't just think that, oh, I see another table, it's the same information. Really read the table because it actually has different information in it. And then there are prompts below each item, like for example, your printer, how to change the printer ink or how to troubleshoot your printer. It gives you some prompts for the specific things that may not be relevant for other items in your home. Next, we have the hardware and appliances. So these are all of the big machines or tools or physical items and systems in your home. Think laundry, your HVAC system, plumbing, kitchen, your floors, your doors, your windows, outside your home, like your patio or your landscaping, if you have that. These items all need to be regularly maintenanced. So it's really important that you put the contact information for every single maintenance or company that you need to call on when something goes wrong. This is really important for you to keep all your documentation for these different physical appliances and hardware here. And speaking of cleaning and maintenance, we have a schedule for you too. So it's pre-populated with all of these recurring maintenance items that we know need to happen. And again, if you haven't looked at the adult reminders calendar yet, go check that out because it gives you a prompt for the cadence of how many times a year you should actually be cleaning and maintaining all of these things. It gives you a lot more categories other than just your home, but it does give you the cadence. And then it gives you a suggested date of when to do it with all of your other adulting responsibilities. So if you want to take that, copy and paste it here, please go ahead and feel free, just so that you have peace of mind on all fronts. Let's get back to this. This is to keep you on top of all of your home cleaning and maintenance items. So this could be from filter changes to deep cleaning your different appliances to seasonal safety checks. You can adapt the cadence to your own home and lifestyle as you need, but it is pre-populated here with the baseline things that most likely, if you own a home, you have these things that you as the landlord need to be on point for managing. And then we have a miscellaneous section. So this is just where all of the important extras come together. This is things like your insurance information, your mortgage information, your payment schedules for those two items, your warranties. Also, side note, really great to just have, like if you can just go to Walmart or Amazon and just get a tub of a place that you can put all of your manuals and warranties. Just leave them in there and you have them whenever you need them. Just great unsolicited advice that I have found has been really helpful for me. Okay, this is also your local emergency contact. So just in the case that you have an emergency where you have a fire or you have an intruder or you need to go to the hospital, then you have their contacts listed there. As an example, if you have other contacts that you should add to this list, like say you live at a beach and there's actually a patrol that goes up and down the beach for any emergencies with the beach, the water, etc., then that patrol actually has a separate number. So instead of just going directly to 911, you can go and try to call the exact number for dispatch there. And last but not least, the custom page. So your home may have things that maybe other homes don't. So it could be like a fireplace, maybe some solar panels, maybe a pool system, maybe an elevator, maybe a theater room. I don't know, something unique that isn't maybe like a baseline thing that most homes have. This space is your space to makeshift and capture all of the information that you need to add in this homeowner's guide. Make it your own as you see fit. So overall, we covered a lot in section 1. And for implementing this guide and actually using it in your own home, I want you to take the time for each of these action items here to carefully capture those details in this property document. So first and foremost, add the home name and a picture or pictures to this document for that property. It's just a nice little touch up front. Also, if you have multiple properties, this will help you make sure that you are putting the right details in the right document. Next, for steps 2, 3, and 4, in the software and technology section, the hardware and appliances section, the cleaning and maintenance schedule section, and in the miscellaneous section, log all relevant information, instructions, and any recurring care schedules that are necessary to know as a homeowner. And I want you to think about it from this lens. Say that maybe you have a kid, or maybe you want to have kids, and you would like to pass off this property to them. Or in a case of emergency, if something ever happened to you, you would want them to have all of this information at your fingertips. That is the posture in which I want you to fill out these sections and those details. In the case that somebody needs to take over your property, have all of this information right there at their fingertips so they don't have to go scavenging through emails and texts and old voicemails and all over the internet and through portals and whatnot to try to find your information about the home. Try to have it all there at their fingertips. And finally, fill in the custom section with any last information and instructions unique to your property. Doing this well is going to set you up for so much success down the road. And I'm telling you, you're going to be so happy that you have this to reference if you take the care to do each of these action items and log all of your information in this document. So as you fill in each section, I would say use all of the table prompts to write in all of your details, add links, add contact numbers, add apps, add pictures for step-by-step instructions, and update this over time. So as you learn new things about your home, go back to this file and have it all in one place so that anybody who's using or has access to this file in your family or in your home can see those updates as well. And then we can't forget about the guest guide. So whenever you have people who come stay at your house, it's super easy for you to be able to just package all this information, give it to them for reference. As they look through it, they're going to see, oh, I know the Wi-Fi code. I know how to log into the printer if I need. I know how to access the house. I know how to do the laundry. I know how to operate the thermostat. Like whatever you need in that guest guide, it's there. But I want to quickly go over just the sections. They're a little bit different, and it's a subset of what you just did in this homeowner's guide. So the goal for this homeowner's guide is that it's comprehensive. It's for the owners. But for the guests, they don't need to know all that information. It's like a really nice little value add for whenever they arrive to your house or before they arrive to their house to be able to review the details about your home and any questions that they might have. Most likely, this guide is going to answer it for them. So what's kind of cool is they won't have to come to you. They'll just see it in the guide. So what makes the guest guide different than the homeowner's guide is that it's broken up into a different table of contents because they won't be looking for things in the same way that you're looking for things, right? They're going to think, oh, I'm arriving what are the items that I need upon arrival? So this could be the address and parking information or instructions, the Wi-Fi, any codes to the house, and then the room information for the house and where they can find maybe like extra pillows or extra sheets or extra towels, any of those things. Next, you have the amenities of the house. So these are all the things that you're giving them access to or they're privy to while they're staying with you. So this could be things like the printer, the thermostat, the sound systems, portable speakers, TVs, laundry, and then there's just 2 other sections if you have other custom things that you would want to give them access to that you can add under that particular section. And then number 3, this is a quick copy paste from your own guide, just putting in the local authorities in the case that they would ever need it. It's just there for reference if needed. And then number 4, so this one is not something that you did in the homeowner's guide. This is for guests specifically who are not used to all of the maybe unspoken or unsaid rules that are things that you and your family just automatically know. So a really good example of like a home policy, maybe you don't like shoes walking all around your house. And I get it because like our shoes walk everywhere. They walk in public bathrooms, they walk outside, they walk in grocery stores, they're walking where other shoes have walked. Like you don't know what's all the germs at the bottom of your shoe. So maybe you are like, I don't want that inside my house. I want to be able to walk around in slippers or barefoot inside my house. So maybe one of your home policies is that we prefer people to not wear shoes in our house. So please take them off whenever you step into the house. And this is where you can put them. You can log that as a home policy here. For us in our guides, for example, our house is like super not baby proof. So we put that for all of our guests who like, we have a lot of cousins and family and just friends right now who are all having babies, but I don't have a baby yet. My sister doesn't have a baby yet. And our houses are not baby proof. And so we're like, please bring all your supplies. Please bring any, like things that you need to make sure that your baby stays safe and please keep eyes on them at all times. That is something that we put in our home policies just for inspiration and an example. And then you have a section where it says you can find this. So any medicine, any first aid, medical supplies, trash bags, paper towels, toilet paper, disposable plates, cups, utensils, cooking supplies, cleaning supplies, snacks, extra toiletries. All of these are things that you're just like, these are kind of free for all. If you need to go find them, this is where you can find them. So it's just very easy for you to put it here instead of elsewhere. And then there's plenty of lines. If you have other kind of common things that you're like, you don't need to ask me, you can just go get it. This is your area to add all of those items. Okay. And then your guests are guests. They're going to depart. So then we have as a last section, just some items that they should consider upon their departure. For example, it could be the laundry. Maybe you want them to strip their sheets in their bed, or maybe you want them to throw all their towels in the laundry room, or maybe you want them to start the washer. If you want them to do that, you can go ahead and mark that down. And then there's food. What do you want them to do with the food? Do you want them to take the food? Do you want them to throw the food out? Do you want them to leave the food? Here's some opportunity for you to give them some instructions on what to do with the food that maybe they brought to the house. And then there's the waste management. What do you want to do with the trash? Do you want them to take the trash out of their room? Do you want them to just put it in the main bin? Do you want them to take it out to the actual recycle bin? Here's your opportunity to list your instructions here. And then the thermostat. Again, I'm just laughing because it's just such a thing. What setting do you want it on and how do they do it? And then any codes and locking up upon leaving. This is your opportunity to give them the instructions about how to secure the home upon their departure. And last but not least, there's a custom section. So if there are any last items that you're like, I need this in my specific home for my specific guests, then you have the opportunity to add any instructions, contact info, links, context here. So now you know how to do this home guest guide, but we're going to review the action items one by one. So first off, add that home name and a picture or pictures to this document of the property. Again, just super nice touch for your guests as they arrive. Also, just a quick note, in my own home guest guide, I have a little letter to the guest welcoming them to the property and what we hope that they experience. Really nice touch if you just want to add a little bit more personalization to this document. Moving on, number 2, in the arrival section, log all of the relevant information and instructions that they would need to know upon showing up at the property. Number 3, in the amenities section, log all of the relevant information and instructions that you want the guests to know to be able to easily access or use those amenities efficiently or effectively. Number 4, in the local authority section, list information for guests to quickly reference in case of any emergencies. Number 5, in the home guideline section, log all of the property policies and resources that you want guests to read and respect during their stay. Number 6, in the departure section, log all of the relevant information and instructions for guests to complete as they are leaving. Number 7, fill the custom section with any information and instructions unique to your property that guests should know. And remember, you can take a lot of what you already put in the homeowner's guide, but just scrub the private information and use the information that is applicable to any guests. Think of this as like a friendly visitor version of your homeowner's guide. And I'm telling you, your guests are going to be so impressed with this when they show up and you have this for them, or if you send it to them ahead of time, it's going to make everybody's life so much more frictionless and just easier and seamless to have a really good time on what you want to focus on, right? They're coming over, enjoying each other's company, the plans that you have set instead of all of the house nuances and shenanigans. So I'm telling you, doing this, it's got a lot of legs to it. It's going to go a long way, and your guests are going to really appreciate that you took the time for this investment in your home and in them as well. That's it, everyone. So if you followed this exercise, you now have a homeowner's guide that captures all of your details regarding your software applications and technology, your hardware and appliances, your cleaning and maintenance schedules, any of those miscellaneous topics that we discussed here, and any custom information pertinent for this homeowner's guide to complete it in totality. Next, if you followed the instructions for this, you have a home guest guide too, where you have all of the information for your guests to know upon arrivals, the amenities they can use for the house, local authorities in case of an emergency, any home guidelines that you'd like them to know or reference, the departure instructions and information, as well as a custom section for your particular property. Great work. Let's close this out. And that is it. So once you have completed your homeowner's guide, I hope you feel that peace. I hope it actually transcends your being, that you have offloaded that mental load that you were just keeping in your head of all of these different details about your home. It's somewhere safe that you can very easily go reference. The right people have access to it. And with this filled out, the goal here is that it's going to save you time, money, and probably a considerable amount of frustration too. Take an hour to fill it out just section by section. And remember, like this guy's, it grows with your home. So anytime that something changes or you learn something new, just add to it. And then it's there. It's not in your head. And then also the guest guide. It's something just sweet and special and thoughtful that every guest that I've ever given the guest guide to, they're like, that was the best thing. I didn't have to ask you for anything. It was there in the guide. I was able to reference it super easy. Right whenever I came, I was able to log into the Wi-Fi. I knew the codes to the doors. Again, just really nice extra touch. So go ahead and impress your guests that way. Maybe give it to your own parents as a birthday gift or a Christmas gift. I'm telling you, they will not be disappointed and be so happy that somebody did this for them. And then you can kind of work with them on it if there's areas that you need, extra information that maybe they have in their head that you don't. I'm hoping it's going to make your life and your job as the chief household officer so much better. So great job, good luck, and happy organizing.